It is 6:08, and we will start the council meeting for the October 10th, 2024 Livingston Parish Council meeting. Sandy, Ms. Teal, can you call for the vote? Oh, let me do the invocation. I'm sorry. So would you please do the invocation?
Heavenly Father, Lord, we just want to say we're so grateful that you're allowing us to be here and the freedom that we have to please watch over the
And Summer Smith, would you say the pledge? Would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Teal, if you would call the roll.
Ms. Sanderson,
Here.
Mr. Goff.
Here.
Here we go. Can I start over?
Yes.
Ms. Sandifer,
Here.
Mr. Goff,
Here.
Mr. Mangus,
Here.
Mr. Coates,
Here.
Mr. Shavers is absent, Mr. Watts, Mr. Taylor,
Here.
Mr. Wascom is absent, and Mr. Erdy.
Here.
All right. If everybody would mute or turn off your cell phone so as to not interrupt the meeting, that would be greatly appreciated. For public input, if you wish to be recognized during an agenda item, just raise your hand, come up to the podium. You have 2 minutes. Please try to not repeat yourself and stay on point. Let us know when we get to that agenda item.
Ms. Sandifer, I'd like to call a point of privilege, please.
Granted.
Okay. As our attorney over there for tonight to guide us, I want to ask, have you read the whole agenda tonight and make sure that we're not having any open meeting law violations? Have you went over the agenda?
I have gone over the agenda. Turn my phone. Yes, I have gone over the agenda. I think we're fine.
We okay then for tonight then?
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that we okay for tonight. All right, thank you, sir.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move item number agenda 12 up next. It is deferred to October 24th, 2024. Mr. Shavers, that's his agenda item, and he really wanted to be here to answer questions for it, and he couldn't make it. He asked that it be deferred, but we will still have a public hearing tonight because it was advertised. So, let's see, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and do the public hearing now. So I'm going to open the public hearing.
Can I read it by title of that?
Oh, no, let her read it by title. I'm out of order, I'm sorry. Please read it by title.
This is an ordinance to adopt an immediate moratorium prohibiting the consideration or submittal of any preliminary plats for residential developments in Council District 2, creating more than 5 lots for a period of 6 months, or the adoption of a comprehensive new zoning program, whichever comes first.
Thank you very much. All right. Public hearing is open.
Wally Avera, 14318 Brown Road, Denham Springs, Louisiana. I just want to call to let you guys know we're no longer a police juror. We're a parish council. Everything should be, as a group of councilmen, should be considering for the parish. This district after district after district having your own special little pet peeves and ordinances needs to stop. This needs to be a parish-wide thing, not individual districts. You need to work as a council and quit acting like you're police jurors. Thank you.
Thank you. Hold on while we're doing the public hearing. All right, anyone else to speak? Okay, public hearing is closed. I need a motion and a second to defer to October 24th, 2024.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All right, my pen ran out of ink.
That was a motion by Mr. Dean, and that was a second by Mr. Erdy.
All right, Councilman Mangus wishes to speak.
I have a question for our attorney today. As far as the zoning, I know that's more of a Jerome Fournier question, but there seems to be some legality questions as far as individual areas can be, districts can be zoned and others not. Does it have to be comprehensive? I mean, can there be different zoning in each district as opposed to like parish-wide?
I think that's a very broad question. From a constitutional standpoint, the cleanest way to proceed is for everything to be uniformly, or a parish-wide zoning plan in effect. But I understand that this would not be the first district-specific zoning that the parish had passed, so.
Right.
I understand it's been done before, there's been precedent for it already.
True, but we've had zoning thrown out in court by one judge,
I
so,
understand.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
All right.
fine. Thank you.
Just so there's no misunderstanding, I wanted to announce when the public hearing was going to be. The public hearing will be on October 24th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. I will definitely post it in the official journal, and it will be posted outside and also be posted on our website.
Thank you, Ms. Teal. So I have a motion by Mr. Coates, a second by Mr. Erdy. Ms. Teal, can you call for the vote?
Ms. Sandifer?
Yes.
Mr. Goff?
Yes.
Mr. Mangus? Is to defer it until October 24th.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Coates?
Yes.
Mr. Watts?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Erdy?
Yes.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is presentations, and we do not have any tonight. So we'll move on to item number 9, adopt the minutes of the September 26, 2024 regular meeting. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Taylor makes the motion. Mr. Mangus seconds it. All in favor, say yay.
Yay.
Yes.
Any opposed? None. So moved. Next item on the agenda is the parish president's report. Does Parish President Delat have anything to report? Not at this time? Oh. Does somebody want to come up and share it with us from the parish president's office? No? Okay. All right, next item on the agenda is the Planning and Zoning Department. Mr. Robert Dugas. Is he still here? It's Highlandia Subdivision, second filing, 11A. Highlandia Subdivision, second filing, Kane Market Road, Section 33 and 4, T5 and 6S R3E, Council District 3. I, to accept roads and improvements into the parish maintenance system. And do you want me to combine them? You want me to combine these two?
We can do them both at the same
Item
time.
2, release $157,714 of a maintenance bond.
But just, it's Robert Dugas Public Works, I'm not with Planning and Zoning.
I'm sorry.
Just want to make sure
I'm so
anybody
sorry.
watching.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Mr. Robert Dugas, Department of Public Works.
But yeah, that's normally what we do, is when we accept it, is we actually release the 18-month bond. So that's usually done, once it's accepted, it's released, so. I think we have one comment on it, and that's been addressed, so we're good with accepting it.
Okay, all right, so I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Taylor makes a motion. Who seconds? Mr. Watts seconds. All in favor?
Yes.
Say
Yes.
yea.
Yes.
Any opposed? None opposed, so moved. Next item on the agenda is adopt a resolution ratifying the intent of the adoption of the health unit millages of the September 19th, 2024 regular meeting of the Livingston Parish Council. Mr. Goff added this to the agenda, so can you?
Yes, we went in front of the ordinance committee meeting the other night, so several of y'all are aware of this. We had a misstep, if you will, and this is simply to correct that misstep. I'm not sure why I didn't catch it when it took place, but the short version on this resolution is what our intent was when we set the millage rates at the last meeting, and that was to set the health unit at 1.5. So I'm just simply asking for this council to cast their vote again this tonight to recognize the fact that that was our intent in the previous public hearing and ordinance. The next item is going to go a little bit further. We're going to re-advertise it, redo the ordinance again. We're going to have just enough time to go ahead and go through the legal process again. So the resolution first is just what our intent was as a whole at the council at the last meeting. So I'll make that motion.
All right. Mr. Goff makes the motion. Mr. Mangus seconds it to adopt the resolution ratifying the intent of the adoption of the health unit millages of the September 19, 2024 regular meeting of the Livingston Parish Council. All in favor, say yes. Yay?
Yes.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is an introduction to ordinance. It is an ordinance to levy adjusted millage rates after reassessment and roll back the millage rates not to exceed the prior year's maximum rate for the health unit for the tax year 2024. Ms. Teal, can you read it by title?
This will be proposed ordinance 24-30. It's an ordinance to amend LP ordinance number 24-16 adopted on September 19, 2024 to levy adjusted millage rates after reassessment and roll forward the millage rates not to exceed the prior year's maximum rate for the tax year 2024. So it's going to be going from 1.88 to 1.5, and the public hearing will be held on October 24th at 6 p.m.
October 24th at 6 p.m. Okay, so I need a motion and a second.
I'll second.
Mr. Mangus makes the motion. Mr. Taylor seconds the motion. Is there any public comment? All right, Ms. Teal, can you call for the vote, please?
Ms. Sandifer,
Yes.
Mr. Goff,
Yes.
Mr. Mangus,
Yes.
Mr. Coates,
Yes.
Mr. Watts.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Erdy.
Yes.
I would like to add a comment. If I could have the
Okay,
floor.
so moved.
Okay, I just want to say that there's been a lot of talk about this particular thing in the council. I get a lot of calls, people asking me if I'm for or against this, and I just want everyone to know who's watching or who's in the audience that this is not a vote for or against. This is only a vote to put it to the people. So don't mistake that as being a vote for or against, because there was a lot of comments about that on social media and otherwise.
Okay, next item on the agenda is number
I have one
15.
comment.
I'm sorry.
So,
Well, we already took the vote, so
well, I just
you
need.
got just a minute. Okay.
I do want to clarify that what you're referring to is with the propositions on the ballot. This right here is the health unit that is being levied on everyone's tax bill right now. We inadvertently set it at a higher rate because we did not amend that ordinance to state 1.5. So we're trying to fix that to actually set it at 1.5. So it really doesn't have anything to do with the proposition. I didn't want to confuse anybody, so I just want to clarify that.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Goff.
I just want to add one other thing. Every year we have to adopt millages. This just happens to be a reassessment year. Every 4 years has to be a reassessment year. So that's why we're rolling forward. We can roll back or do whatever to set the millages. So this is something that's done every year.
Thank you, Ms. Teal. All right, next item on the agenda, number 15, adopt a resolution to name an unnamed road, Peacock Drive, located off Kane Market Road in Council District 1. Mr. Watts?
Yes, it's just it's gonna be a private road. They just named it for 911 purposes.
All right.
Make a
Motion, Mr.
motion.
Watts?
Yes, I'm sorry, yeah.
Do I have a second? Mr. Mangus seconds. All in favor, say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed? No. So moved. Next item on the agenda, number 16, adopt a resolution to authorize a waiver of Section 125-37-6, requirements for minor subdivisions to allow a 50-foot servitude located off of Kane Market Road in Council District 1. Mr. Watts.
Yeah, basically what this is, they've approved this to the plan, well, except of servitude of it. And it's when they come off Kane Market Road, there's a house right there, and they only have 50 foot available. But once it gets past the house, it opens back up to 60 for the rest of the development. So just gives them access to the property.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Any comments from the audience? Any questions from the audience? Any council?
I make a motion to accept.
All right. Mr. Watts motions, Mr. Mangus seconds.
All right, I have a comment.
Mr. Coates?
All right, Mr. Watts, so they have a 50-foot servitude?
Just to get past the house. Just to get past the house. They got a house on the front of the property. I think it's 14 acres total they developing, and I think they divided it 2 or 3 times, just 2 or 3 sections of the 14 acres.
And it's in an existing neighborhood?
No.
It's not? Mr. Dugas, do you have any information on this? Because the question that I have is, our ordinance seems to indicate that servitudes need to be 60 foot to be accepted by the parish, only unless the ditches are covered can they be 50 foot. So I'm just wanting input as to why that is.
So
Can you
the
educate
ordinance
us on that a
does
little bit?
allow for 50-foot servitude if it is subsurfaced, so, or curb and gutter. So that you could do a 50-foot by the current ordinance without a waiver if they just, if they subsurface that area. That make, if they, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's, the problem is if 50 foot, you don't have enough of the road, the shoulder, the ditch, and everything else. So my recommendation, if you're gonna go to 50, you just require them to make sure that's curb and gutter. You see what I'm saying? And that 50 foot, then it falls within the development code and there's no waiver. I mean that.
Thank you.
Basically, they can't develop their land.
No.
I mean, not unless it's curb and gutter.
What I'm saying is the 50 foot of curb and gutter will fall within the ordinance already if it's subsurface curb and gutter.
Yeah.
And then it could open up to an open ditch, 60 foot.
Okay.
But the only problem with I guess my question with a waiver is, if it ever became a public road, then I've got a public road with a 50-foot right of way. I know that's probably not their intent now, but I can tell you, we got plenty of roads that the intent was not to be a public road when they started. So that would be my only concern there. So.
I guess I'll reach back out to them and see what they want to do. You know?
And that may be something it may be something they would agree to say, if we ever develop it, they would develop that section as a curb and gutter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Your microphone.
Microphone. Push your
Thank you.
button, please.
It's just the one property that needs the 50-foot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a way I understand, it's just 150, maybe 100 foot, 150 foot section, then it opens back up to 60 foot.
Lonnie,
They got the 60 foot servitude, all except that first entrance going in there.
do you think
And
that,
the house stops them from getting 60.
I'm sorry. You think you could talk,
Mr. Hardy.
get that arranged for the curb and gutter, please? That's possible?
I don't know. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I wonder, could you pull it back and then talk to them about the curb and
Yeah,
gutter?
yeah,
and then
sure. I
come
don't
back?
mind doing that.
That might save it, because once we vote.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that,
Do we need a substitute motion
So I'm a bit creative, so I'm gonna say it this way. As long as it's not an open ditch, I mean, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? When you draw it up, it's a 50-foot servitude that is acting like a curb and gutter. Doesn't mean it has to have subsurface if the drainage doesn't allow for it.
It might not drain there.
You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, be careful going, okay, we're just gonna give y'all 50 foot, and then all of a sudden we end up with some open ditches in a
Right,
50-foot servitude. But if it allows for the drainage and the road, and you don't need a ditch, there's no reason for an open ditch there.
Right.
So you could consider that as your subsurface. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd do.
Give me a call tomorrow, or Monday or Tuesday, we can.
Yeah,
I
I'd
can
rather
show
get
you.
back with them and confirm everything.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I don't mind doing that.
You want to change your motion to a motion to defer?
I can, yes, that'd be
Okay.
fine.
All right, just
Yeah,
state it.
make a motion to
and-
defer it to,
All right, so.
till we find information out about it.
And Mr. Mangus seconds. All in favor say
Yes.
vote.
Yes.
Any opposition? All right, so move. Next agenda item, adopt a resolution to add the following roads to the priority list for consideration. Louisiana Purchase Boulevard, Council District 1, Bonnie Watts. It's real simple. I need a motion.
I'll make,
Your motion, Mr. Watts, second.
I'll second.
Mr. Taylor seconds. All in favor, say yay. Vote yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Any
Yes.
opposed? None opposed. So moved. Item number 18 on the agenda is board reappointments and resignations. 18A, to ratify Fire Protection District Number 4 board reappointment of Mr. Robert Dugas. The reappointment would expire 1/25? Let me double check that. Yeah, 1/1/25 is when the appointment expires. So I just need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Goff?
I'll second it.
Mr. Artie, second. All in favor?
yes.
Any opposed? None opposed, motion passes. Next item on the agenda, 18B, ratify Fire Protection District Number 4, Village of Port Vincent's Board reappointment of Joseph Blanchard, with that appointment expiring on 1/1/26. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Mr.
Second.
Taylor? Mr. Taylor makes the motion. Mr. Coates seconds. All in favor?
Yes.
Vote
Yes.
yes. Any opposed? Vote no. Motion passes. Item 18C, ratify Fire Protection District Number 4, City of Walker's Board reappointment of Darren Blevins, expiring, I have 1/1/24, but that doesn't make sense. 1/1/26 is the expiration date. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Goff makes the motion. Do I have a
Second.
second? Mr. Coates makes the second. All in favor?
Yes.
Say
Yes.
yay. Any opposed? Say no. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, D, Gas Utility District 1 Board Appointment, Danny Goodwin. Mr. Joe Erdy.
I'm gonna pull that till a more appropriate time, Aaron.
All right. The item is removed from the agenda. 18E, Livingston Parish Airport District, accept resignation from Mr. James Wascom. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Coates,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say yay. Any
Yay.
opposed, say no. Motion passes. Item 18F, Livingston Parish Airport District appointment of Lewis Relly. I hope I'm saying his name right. If anybody knows how to say it, please correct me. Mr. Lewis Relly, with his appointment expiring 1/1/2030. So I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Watts, second by Mr. Goff. All in favor, say yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Any opposed, say nay.
Yeah.
Motion passes. Number 19 on the agenda, adopt a resolution to reschedule the meeting dates of the November and December meetings for the upcoming holidays. And let me state those meeting dates for public record. It's going to be November 7th, November 7th, 2024, November 21, 2024, December 5th, 2024, and December 19th, 2024.
You went too fast. Do it again.
First and third Thursdays of December. Of November and December.
So 7th and 21st of November.
11/7, 11/21, 12/5, 12/19.
I make a motion, we accept those dates and changing.
Motion by Mr. Goff. Do I have
Second.
Second by Mr. Coates. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay. Any opposed? Nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is committee reports with the Finance Committee first.
Okay, Mike, thank you. We had a busy finance meeting. Sorry it ran a little long. We learned a lot. We learned about beaver trapping and potentiality of that. One of the important things that we did find out was the insurance for council members. This is a liability insurance. Mr. Hooper, right? Yes, if you could address.
David Hooter, Parish President's Office, HR Department, amongst other things.
Okay, so we have a recommendation from the council, and we had a meeting previously with your office about the insurance. So it was the recommendation that we accept, the Finance Committee accepts the insurance at $19,420, and the other one at,
That's it.
okay, yeah. So that's our recommendation
That's annually also.
annually.
Okay,
So do we need that as a?
I need a motion.
Okay, so I'll state that as a motion, that the parish council accepts the liability insurance for the $19,420.
I'll make
Motion
that
by
second.
Mr. Mangus.
Ms. Teal.
Can you also add to authorize administration?
That's where I was going to go with that.
They need authorization.
Yes, and to authorize the Livingston Parish President's Office Administration to go forward with paying this bill.
Also, that extends to other members other than the council, other parish president's office, some boards, some other entities that y'all commissioned to do that. It's kind of an umbrella to other besides y'all. Specifically, they
That's
can.
fantastic. I hope everybody heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll make that second.
some like boards or some commissions y'all do that directly y'all do, it does. Mr. Patrick can get with y'all and specifically line out who's covered and who's not into that.
Got
Thank
it.
you very much for
Thank you
that.
so much.
Thank you.
All right, so I have a motion by Mr. Mangus, a second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed, say no. Motion passes. All right, Ordinance Committee. Does the Ordinance Committee have a report?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. Can you,
Did you want me to?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
let's go back. Okay.
I didn't know it
Finance.
since it was a first draft. I wasn't sure that you wanted the,
Yeah, the home rule charter requires it to be
okay, thank you.
amended, and I'm gonna work with Ms. Sandy. There's some other legalities we gotta do with it.
Okay. Mr. Mickey McMorris, would you come up and just state it for the record what you wanted? And I'm sorry, Ms. Sandifer.
So, at your desk, there's, the budget was, it's the first draft was proposed to the Finance Committee. So it's got to go before the full board, and then I believe it must be advertised as well.
Right.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
but we're not introducing or whatever, because this is just a,
This is just a committee report.
right.
Yeah, so Ms. Sandy, they would introduce,
Yeah, we don't.
okay, so there's no action required by the full council? Okay,
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, that's fine. I didn't think that we did because it was a first draft, but thank you.
It did have to be presented at a regular meeting, so you did right.
Thank you, thank you. Are we ready to move on? All right, that's okay. Ordinance Committee, Mr. Councilman Dean Coates.
All right, we didn't have much at this past ordinance committee meeting. We had one item. That item came to the council today and was passed. So just encourage everyone that if you have any ordinances, bring them to the ordinance committee meeting so we can try to vet those before we get here and try to vet them in front of everyone. So, of course, anyone in the public who might have an issue with any ordinances that come up, please come and express your comments to the ordinance committee. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Coates. Next item on the agenda is the district attorney's report.
Nothing to report.
Nothing to report. Thank you very much. Before we adjourn, let's do councilman comments and councilwoman comments. Does anybody have any comments they would like to share? Okay, I'll go first. Who's? I'll go.
I'm good with just whoever.
All right, I have trunk or treat in my district, South Park on Vincent Road, 7510 Vincent Road on October 27th. It's got some pretty exciting additions this year. All of the children up to age 17 are invited to trunk or treat, anyone 17 and under. Also, earlier that day, the park is doing a new event called Jammin' in the Park. That's from 3 to 6. It's family, it's a band is playing, food trucks are coming, lots of fun, so I want to invite you to that. And one more thing, we do this every year. The Livingston Parish Council invites art students to participate in our annual Christmas card contest. So the school art teachers in the parish will be receiving information in the mail. Contact our council office if you need further information. The winner will be announced at the December 5th, 2024 regular meeting of the Livingston Parish Council, and also be recognized and presented with the Johnny F. Bell Artistic Achievement Award certificate and given a winning prize from the members of the council. And if you've ever been in our council office, these Christmas cards are blown up and they line the walls. And so it's a really big deal and a lot of fun participation, very talented participation from our youth. All right, who else? Who else is gonna? All right, Mr. Coates.
All right, I would just like to make an announcement that the Livingston Parish Republican Executive Committee will be holding a donation along with the Livingston Parish Republican Women. We are going to be meeting on October 22nd, which is a Tuesday. We're going to be meeting at the Sam's Club in Denham Springs. We're going to be accepting donations and trying to bring those to Florida and to the areas affected by these two hurricanes. So if anyone would like to make a monetary donation, we're going to just look on our social media pages for the Livingston Parish Republican Women, or the RPEC, and we'll have a Venmo code, I guess you would say, to be able to donate money if you'd like to. If not, just go do your grocery shopping at the Sam's on Tuesday and the 22nd. Is that what I said? Yeah, the 22nd, and we'll have trailers out there ready to load up, and we'll probably leave 2 days after that to go bring them out there. So thank y'all, and just keep that in mind.
Thank you, Mr. Coates. Anybody else?
Yeah, we have the fair going on, 87th annual fair. It's going to run through Sunday. Come on out.
All right. I'm excited about the fair. I'm coming this weekend. I haven't been in since my older children were younger. I'm excited about that.
Which ride you gonna ride?
I don't know, because I don't like fast rides, so,
You going way up?
Wait.
but I do like the rodeo.
You wanna go way up high?
No,
and
I do
rotate?
not.
Mr. Hooter, does the insurance, like, protect us if we ride the
Yeah,
rides?
if she goes to the fair.
Unfortunately not. But I can, you know, I got your back. I'll buck your hay for the first week.
Anybody else?
I would like to make one comment that I'm going to do after the meeting, and that make sure that I text Mr. John Wascom and Mr. Ryan Shavers and let them know that I'm on my way to the house. So just make
All
sure
right now.
maybe y'all should do the same.
I think compliments are in order to the chair for running an efficient meeting tonight.
One more quick thing. I just want to give Denham Springs a plug. Fall Fest, I attended Fall Fest last weekend, and that was one of the largest I've ever seen. The parking said it all to me. And it turned out to be a really successful event. And I guess they'll have another one in the spring. Just wanted to give them a plug. So if everybody's finished, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Mangus,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed? No. Motion passes.